Welcome in. Welcome in. It's I Bring It Every Day. I'm doing a little bit of knitting because I have a quiet moment in the morning and I'm going to do a couple minutes. So I'm still working on this baby blanket and this is taking me forever. Or, sorry, not baby blanket, baby sweater. Oh my gosh. I cannot think. So, but anyway, this is what it looks like so far. And I've got quite a bit done getting there. But anyway, so I still have 2 inches more to go on this. I'm like dying. This thing is just not ending. I love it, but it's killing me. So anyway, I'll show you. Hang on a sec. Ooh, I'm stepping on my yarn here. So I'm using this yarn, baby yarn. It's old, vintage, um, sport weight, very, 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 very light. And I don't know if you can see that there. Very light. That's what I'm doing. So anyway, this is what we're doing today. So I'm just gonna knit and talk and see if anybody's interested in talking or not. And let me see how's my. I'm gonna make sure. I gotta see here. Sometimes these cameras are a little bit wackadoo, so I'm gonna make sure that it looks pretty good. Okay, there we go. I think that's better. Yeah, sometimes it gets out of focus, so I just gotta make sure that it's not here. Okay, all right, there we go. All right. I may have to pull this up just a skosh here. Yeah, but I think it's a little out of focus. Hang on. Let me see. I'm going to go back a little bit up. Okay, I think that's better. All right, there we go. Yeah, sometimes it gets a little weird. This is really up close and personal. And let me just check my chat. But please give a thumbs up if you. This isn't going to be real interesting, but I'm just going to keep going because I haven't been creating very much. You know, during the holidays, it's always very. You just get sidetracked with all the stuff that's going on. I'm going to put that down just for a second. Welcome in. I see some people. Oh, here we go. Donzel, good morning. We have Miss Suzanne. And Miss Ashley Jones. Hello. Kal-El. Hey. And everybody. Good to see you. Turkey leftovers. Ugh. Yeah, I know. I don't want to look at this stuff anymore. One day, I know it's all I could stand with turkey. Well, we did chicken. Only because it was like really small and really inexpensive. So that's what I went with. Did a whole chicken. Yes. But anyway, happy Saturday. I'm going to just be here for a minute, just working on this thing. And this baby sweater is going nowhere. But anyway, hopefully you guys had a good holiday. And let me just see something here. I'm looking at this. Hopefully this isn't out of focus. Sometimes these cameras are whack. I'm not a fan of these, but it is what it is. We got Love Crochet Babe. Good to see you. And Try Continental Knitting sent you crochet. Ugh. Oh, and LaBelle. Oh my gosh, long time no see. Good to see you. Yeah, I do it. I guess yeah, this is yeah, see I'm knitting this, so I could probably do this. Yeah, this is knit only. Okay, let's see here. Hold on. I hate continental crocheting. I mean knitting. I really do. But I mean when you're doing the knit stitch, it's really easy. Yeah, that's probably better. Now watch, I'm gonna show you my tension's probably gonna stink. But we'll see. See how that looks. But anyway, this tension's looking pretty good. But I'll see how it goes. Okay. Yeah, that's probably smarter actually, because I'm only doing the knit stitch for like the next 500 rows. So I should be able to do this. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, you like baking the turkey breast for a small amount of food. Yeah. See, the last turkey breast we bought, I think, was about 8 pounds, which is crazy. Yes. And good morning, Kelly. That's what Love Crochet Babe saying. Good morning, chat from Chile, Florida. Okay, what's the temperature in Florida? I have not been in Florida in so long. Yes. We used to go every year, once a year, but I haven't been to Florida in probably 5, 7 years. It was around 2015, I think we went, or 2014. That's a long time. 10 years. Over 10. Yeah, not sure if I should admit this here, but I'm into latch hook. No, latch hook is good. Making a little rug with these gonks. These cute gnomes. Nice. Bit faster. Yeah, that's what she's saying. Well, cool. Shatika's here. Welcome in. Yes, I love yeah, I used to do latch rugs. I only made maybe two of them, real small. You know, I bought a latch kit from the craft store and we ended up with what was that? I made a Garfield. And then there was some kind of just regular rug. It wasn't very fancy, just a couple of colors. And it was nice. But all right. So Suzanne, what are you working on? And Kal-El, what are you working on these days? Watching those movies. Yeah, I've been really watching a lot of bad Christmas movies on Amazon Prime. I don't know if anybody's doing that, but they have a ton of them on there and Tubi. So I've been really into the bad Christmas movies. Let's see. Oh, there's Suzanne's weather. Oh, it's 52. Ugh, yeah, that's pretty cold. But I like Latch Hook. Yeah, Latch Hook is okay. You know, it's all yarn, right? And the thing is, we're all really working on yarn, you know, so I don't think it's a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you can see this. It's funny. Hold on, I don't like the way this is looking on the YouTubes here. Let me jump over. Yeah, it's okay. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it on Restream. I'm doing Restream because I'm being extremely cheap. I said one day, you know, when I not that I'm asking for dough because it's terrible, but you know, the whole thing that's really interesting is you know, streaming is not fun anymore. Like you know, that StreamYard is pricey. I love it, but it's I don't know. Very scared. I just can't make the commitment. Cuz I stream but not like that seriously. I don't have panels and you know, I don't do what do you call those things? Webinars and all that stuff. But I think, you know, those would be cool if we could actually do them, but you know, it's no fun. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's no fun when you're like one person. Like you need a team to do those streams, I think, these days. Yeah. But there it is. Yeah, let's see. What are the people saying? Um Knitting merino hats, nice. And Suzanne, where she is, it's 30 degrees. That's pretty chilly. Ugh. Yeah, but high humidity. That's crazy. 65%. And then LaBelle saying, I'm planning on getting a larger piece of latch hook material. Yeah, so I don't even know where you buy that stuff anymore. And then use up all my leftover yarns for this really funky rug. That's a good idea. And nice. You can make a big rug or a pillow. Yeah, I think that's wonderful. I love it. See, the creativity is amazing. See, I love creative people. So I appreciate, you know, I'm not a, you know, snob when it comes to the crafts. I'm just like, do what, you know, do what makes you happy. It's hard out here, you know what I mean? And we all have a lot of yarn. So, you know, you got to make use of what you have and try to really work it. You know what I'm saying? Yep. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Now I'm going to check my tension. How's that tension? Yeah, it's a little different, isn't it? Yeah, it's a little different with the Continental. You see Kal-El saying, but other than doing the movie show every Sunday, just always busy. Yeah. Did anybody go shopping yesterday? See, YouTube was asking people to talk about Black Friday, and I made a video, but I didn't even get into like half of what I wanted to talk about because it would have been long. But yeah, Kal-El saying hello to the chat. And we got Miguel's here, who knows? Nice. And what else? But yeah, the latch rug is good. Yeah, hope you and the animals are okay. Who knows? Yeah. And hopefully your car's doing okay. I know your car's been doing some wackadoo stuff. Yeah. Like I guess now, our car is 2 years old. We had to buy a new car. And that's the first car we've purchased in like, I don't know how many years. We did not buy a car for years. We were so, you know, we were like holding out, man, holding out. But I had to. Okay, so Suzanne, see, she's giving away. That's good. She said Toys for Tots. She shopped at Walmart. Nice. And we got Aleva Smith. Hello. Hey. Are you hi? She's saying hi. Yeah. Or he. She, I think. Aleva. Yeah, okay, good. Yep. Saying hello. Yeah, I would say. But yeah, we've I tried not to shop. Like yesterday, I ended up buying a chainsaw because I needed a chainsaw. So I did buy a chainsaw. But ordinarily I just, I hate buying stuff. And Black Friday is pretty ugly. But there were a couple of accidents I heard. Where I live, it's pretty quiet. And when there are car accidents, that's really bad. Like, you never hear ambulances and things like that. But yeah, I heard ambulances, so I knew. Oh yeah, new car. Yeah, okay, yeah, his is 20 years old. Nice. Yeah, the original parts have been going. Woohoo. Yeah, I had to buy one, but now it's two. It's 2 years old, which is crazy, right? And so it's nice. And I will say, because we had a Nissan Sentra that was old. I mean, it was about 15. And those cars are not meant for life. I mean, that's the cheapest model, and it's made okay, but it's not made well. And it just, it sounded like a tin can, coming and going. And I remember kind of saying, "Oh Lord, I don't ever want to get into an accident because I don't know. I think that could be really bad." Yeah. And let's see. Yeah, new car. And then okay, Ashley stayed home to do Cyber Monday. Oh, that's good. And Kal-El said Black Friday isn't what it used to be. It's a myth. No deals are really out there. Yeah, that's correct. And there's Kenneth Wilkinson. Good morning. Yeah. So I heard that it's a scam. It's always been a scam. Especially like I heard now people, I was talking in my video yesterday about people fighting over TVs and stuff in the stores. And I heard that those TVs are really stripped down models. And that's why they're so cheap usually. But then I heard in some cases that a lot of those electronics are regular price and they sort of make a fake price with a line through it to show people that it's allegedly on sale, but it's not. And I just went, man, that's really bad. So, but like I said, the United States is based on shopping. We have a shopping model, a consumer model for our economy. We don't make anything in the United States anymore. There's like nothing. I mean, we used to be able to buy a TV or VCR or something made in the States, and we don't make anything. So that's very tragic. Okay, Ellen Moore, hello. Good morning. Knitting as well. And then LaBelle said, oh, okay. Wait a minute, hold on. Suzanne said my cars are, let's see, 2016 and 2018. Nice. And then LaBelle said, not Nissan, get Honda. Yeah, Honda Civic VTEC goes from 0 to 70 in under 70 seconds. What? That's good. So welcome in, Miss Ellen. I'm going to turn my work here. Controversial Cruising. Hey, Scott Tay's here. And Aladdin's. Uh-oh. Why? Oh, I saw people buying multiple TVs at Walmart pickup. Yes. And then Kenneth has a Nissan too. Yeah, well, my Nissan Sentra sounded like a tin can. By the time, it got to about 180,000 miles, it sounded terrible. And it was just like, you could hear me going down the street and people would look. And I think they were like, what the heck? What the heck? All right, I'm going back to my regular. See, I'm a lot faster. Isn't that funny? Doing the English. I don't know why. But anyway, yeah, that car. So anyway, I said to myself, I think if we ever have a situation in this car, we're not going to survive because it was just very thin. Like we had a Toyota, like an old Toyota back in the day when they first came out, and it was a tin can too, but it was wonderful. Oh, there's Scott. Hey, thank you so much. Oh my goodness. All right, here we go. Let's do it. Oh boy, it's a little early. Hold on, let me take a sip. A little early. Mm-hmm. All right, here we go. Keep smiling, keep shining, knowing you can always count on me. For sure, that's what friends are for. In good times, in bad times, I'll be on your side forevermore. Oh, that's what Scott is for. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right now. Yes. And Kenneth saying goodbye. Oh, yo, and Ellen likes the colors. Yeah, this is baby yarn, and I don't know the name of it because it had no label when I bought it. Yeah, and Kal-El said the TVs are booty juice. Nice. They only made to last a year or two and are always off brands. I did find a great laptop in years that rocked. Still buy physical media, so it used to be it's cheap. Yeah, I like the physical media too. I would wait to hear. Wait a minute. I would wait all here to pick up the movie and shows I wanted to, especially the TV shows. Yeah, TV shows are good. Yeah, I enjoy those. I've been watching like kind of some of the older ones. But like I said, our car was really bad. Yeah, we had a bad car, and then we had a pickup truck, and that one died too within a year. But it was old. It was 20 years old. And we get rust and everything, so it's kind of brutal. Yes. A time for a change when you can hear your car going. Yes, that is correct, Miss Ellen. Love that song. Oh, thank you. Oh, and thanks, Kenneth. Yeah, I was listening on Instagram, and this lady had me laughing. She did Anita Baker with Thanksgiving, and she's going apple pie, apple pie, apple pie, apple pie, apple pie. I was dying, and then she was doing about turkey and some other stuff. And she did a really funny imitation. It was a really good imitation of Anita Baker, if you guys know who Anita Baker is. And I was dying. I have to save that. Okay. Oh, okay. So Miguel said it's 51. No, it's 51. The high is 67. Ah, that's not bad. Yeah. See, and I think that's where we are. I heard Pittsburgh's getting some snow. If Ashley could tell us, I heard there. I don't know if it's today or tomorrow, but they're talking about snow, and I'm like, ooh, that's crazy. I hope we don't get that. I'm really not in the mood for that. Yes. Yeah, but I needed a new car. And then Kenneth said, my dad bought me a TV at Walmart yesterday. Thank you. Oh, and thank you. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, that was so big. I don't know. So like I said, those TVs are okay, but like they're not real fancy, and I remember I used to buy fancier TVs, and it seemed like those would last. But then my husband bought a TV from a friend of his, and it was like a 48 or 40 something big one. And that TV died in a year. Like she must have bought it at, one of the sales too. It didn't last long. Yeah, this PA weather isn't kind to cars. It rusts them out more than other places. That's true. Geez, you made me wait, you made me say we're getting snow. No, 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 no. It's Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's getting snow. But eventually, like if Pittsburgh gets it, we'll get it too. You know what I mean? That's the tragic part of it. Yeah, Cal, which is tragic. But I want to go, Cal. You know what? I don't know if you're into it, but I want to go check out Wanamaker's or what's left of Wanamaker's. They're doing a Christmas thing down there. I want to go check it out one of these weekends. And it is free, which I'm very excited. So I'm going to see if I can get down there and check it out. But if you guys know Wanamaker's, it's the old department store in Philly. And oh, I thought you were in Philly. Oh, okay, you're in Pittsburgh. Sorry. Yeah, oh, I'm very okay. Yeah. That's what WTAE. I follow them on Instagram. Yes. I've been following them because they have interesting news. Oh, I didn't know you were in Pittsburgh. All right now. Okay. And oh, okay. And then LaBelle said I wanted to go to Christmas market in town, seeing the concrete fortifications and security. Oh, including a few armed police officers put me right off. Oh, that's bad. Oh, you've never told me. Oh, sorry. Okay. Interesting. All right now. Yeah, I'm from McKeesport originally. I lived there a long time. Haven't been there in 100 years, but yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I love. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. So But I want to check out, like I said, I want to check out some Christmas markets. We have a Christmas village not far. It's called Christmas Village, far from where we live, and it's a farm. Like a farmer decided to decorate his farm. They were really into Christmas, and it turned into you know crazy decorations. Like it's about 10 acres maybe, and we went back in like 2006, and it has. And then we went last year, and it hasn't changed since then. So they really need to upgrade their stuff, But I'm gonna try. I want to try to go to Philly and check out, yeah, Wanamaker's. What's left of that store. And that store was in the movie. Oh, Cal, that movie. Oh God, what was that movie called with Kim Cattrall where she was a doll? I mean, not a doll, but a mannequin. Mannequin. Yeah, it was in that movie Mannequin. And it's a real over the top store. It's got marble and they have an organ in there, and somebody used to play music. I mean, it's really over the top. And it's a beautiful store, and that movie Mannequin was filmed there. So if you're into that, yeah. Now that's not your type of movie, but oh yeah, Suzanne, how far am I now? I'm like 5 hours away. I'm on the other side of the state. Yeah, but yeah, Suzanne used to work in New York City, but I love living in the suburbs. Yeah, and that's what I do. I think most people do that. Oh, you watch Philly Captain? Oh yeah, he's crazy, isn't he? Yeah, Suzanne. Yeah, they're the people from Philadelphia are crazy. I love them, but they're out of their flipping minds. Yeah, those Eagles fans and all that. Oh my gosh, like it's hilarious. I shouldn't laugh. It's not funny, but yet it is. Like you sit there and you go, how much over the top can they go? And then they shock you. They go as far over the top as they can go. They're crazy, but they're very interesting. Yeah, I'm very different from them. Yeah, I mean, not that that's a bad thing. Oh, you never saw Mannequin? Oh, check it out. It's interesting. It's old though. I forget what year that came out, but Kim Cattrall was in there, and yeah, the Wanamaker store has a light show now. Yeah. Oh, you watch it on YouTube? Interesting. Yeah, they're having one right now. Yeah, it's live and it's free. So I really kind of want to go down there, but if it's gonna be, I mean, if it's free on YouTube, I might just check it out. But anyway, they always have a big Christmas show, and they do a little, you know, dioramas and stuff, and you can go and check out. Almost like Disneyland with It's a Small World. They have little things like that in trees and all that stuff decorated. It was really a big deal. Like that, Philadelphia was fancy back in the day. Not so much anymore. Yeah, it's a baby sweater. Yeah, thank you. Yep. Reminds me of other costume stores in the strip district. I miss it. Yeah, it's so pretty. Yeah, so this is it. I mean, it's a little back. Like actually I'm on the front side now. Okay, so this is the breast here, and then these are the sleeves, the beginning of the sleeves, and then the front. But yeah, it's a little. I don't think I have the picture. No, I don't. But I have to do 6 inches of this, and right now I'm about at 5. This has taken me forever to do the breastbone. This is like a 6-month-old um, little dress. And I had this other one. Let me see if I can find this other one. Hold on. I've been looking at this baby stuff because I had a friend of mine who had a baby, and I'm gonna work. I think the next thing I'm gonna make is this. Let me see if I can get this here. Hold on a second. This one's crocheted and it's so cute. Let me see if I can find it. It's got little pants, and I was thinking I might just make him some little pants. Yeah, let me see if I can find it. I think it's in this one. I love the little pant. Okay, now this is this is hideous. I don't like this one. Now here's another little baby outfit, but look at this little hat and the little sweater. Yeah, that's really cute. But I like these little pants. You see these little pants it's all built in, like a little pants. I like those. Those are knitted, but they're gonna take me 500 years. And they had some. Let me see. I cannot find this crochet pants. I mean crochet little dress. But they had a little girl, so I figure I'll make her a couple of outfits, and then that should hold her. Let me see. Yeah. Oh, the crochet baby outfits. Yeah, they're quick. Are they? Yeah, they are quick. See, and my knitting is slow. Oh, Lampoon Christmas Vacation. I love that movie. I haven't seen that, National Lampoon. Yep, and Center City has a lot of holiday things. And you gotta go let the chickens out. Okay, Miguel. Nice. Oh, here's the baby. Check this out. Last thing, I'll show you this if you want to see some. But look at this little dress. It's a little girl, little girl, little dress. But then it's got pants. Now let me see if I can do this without killing my camera here. The pants are like little, and I'm gonna have to do this sideways because they have it on the page. Really weird. See that those are the pants right there, and I thought those were cute. You know, it just covers the diaper, and then the baby's just not hanging out. Like I don't know if you can see that, but the baby's kind of hanging out. But those little pants were cute, and I was like, oh, those might be cute to make, and I could probably knock that out. But I'm gonna try the crochet ones. And the baby looks warm. Yeah, that hat, like that's too much. Like that's definitely Pittsburgh. Yeah. Let's see, Newcastle. Yeah, LaBelle is in I think the UK, right? Okay, Newcastle is worse on the continent, though. On the continent, a lot of Christmas markets were canceled due to security. Yeah, I believe that. I believe that. I think it's scary. Like, unfortunately, crowds are really tricky right now. And I can't believe that mess in Washington, D.C. I mean, I've spent a lot of time in Washington, D.C., and I cannot believe, like, it's not even safe there, you know? And, yeah, it's really not good. So I don't know. You know, like I said, these crowds, it's probably not smart to mess around in crowded areas anymore. I don't know. It's a shame. Like I don't want to have to live my life, you know, hiding inside. You know what I'm saying? Bloomers, thank you. Yes, it's yeah, they're so cute. Yes. Okay, I put it. Oh boy, boy, oh boy, oh boy. We're gonna have to get rid of this one. Now, be nice. Hang on a second. I'm gonna remove that. Gotta be nice. We're just chilling over here. Chilling over here. Wasn't sure what that was all about. But anyway, we're just chilling. We're just chilling. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so that's what we're doing. So that's the evil plan. Well, I don't know, little dude. That was a little bit weird. But how are you doing? How are you doing? Yeah. Now, are you trying to be a rapper? Is that what's happening? But I appreciate you coming in and checking out. Give me a thumbs up. Yeah, I'm just working on some stuff. So anyway, that's the plan. But today I have to go out. I'm actually, there's a lady that's got some furls. I'm gonna get some wooden furls. So hopefully she meets me. And she has like a couple of them, so it's not bad. I'm gonna try to pick them up. That's the plan. So my husband's going with me. We're meeting at the Wawa. Meeting at the Wawa. Oh, okay. I'm the greatest invention and rapper of all time. All right now. I'm sorry. I just think it's funny. Like I miss the rappers that used to always, brag and stuff. I miss them. Now we got all these mush mouth people on the mush mouth rappers I have a hard time with. I'm just like, come on, man. Let's see. Yeah, it's more sensationalized. Um, while bad things happen, crime overall is actually down, right? Countrywide. But they're fear mongering, I agree. But the way things are being done, it will rise to match what they were claiming. Interesting. Yeah, I was wondering about that. Because I think so. I think they're getting people worked up. And I think when you get people worked up, then they're never gonna, whatever. Yeah, you've never crocheted with wood hooks, but like to get one from Leto. Okay, there's it Leto. Yeah, those are nice. Yeah, I had, my husband got me some from like Timu, not Timu, but what was the precursor to Timu? The cheap Chinese knockoffs. Well, they were nice. And but I think bamboo's okay. But I think it's good for wool, not for the acrylic. Yeah. So I think it gets stuck because I don't know if you can see, but this yarn has um it's got like, let me see if I can get closer. It's really hard to see, but let me see if I can get in there. But it's got a little thread wrapped around it. And so a lot of times those wooden hooks get the thread gets stuck on there. Yeah. So, you don't want to, with the acrylic, it's not so good. You calling me a mushmouth? No, I'm talking about the wrappers on most of the wrappers that are really popular right now are mushmouth. Those mumble wrap. They call 'em mumble wrap. Come on. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. But it's not you. I mean, I can't hear what you're doing. You know what I mean? I can only read what you're doing, but those rappers crack me up. The mushmouth people. I call the mumble rap. You know what I'm talking about. Let's see. Oh yeah, you'll try it one day. Yeah, I think bamboo's nice with the wool. I think. Yeah, as long as they're nice and sanded. A lot of times when you buy them from those cheap places, they're very very what's the word? They just have like a lot of loose things. Like this one here is pretty nice. And I forget where I got this one. This is a knitting needle I got that's bamboo. And I cannot remember where I bought this. Like it might have been Hobby Lobby or something. But it came nice. Mumble rappers are saying a bunch of nothing. Thank you, Cal. But yeah, these were nice, but these were cute. But these are like a size 15. 15. Yeah, 10 millimeters, size 15. But they're massive. Yeah, they're pretty big. But these are nice, like if you have wool, they're really nice. But I have a couple, like I said, I'm probably making some sweaters and whatever. But yeah, I miss the people that were saying a lot of stuff. Yeah. Yeah, that's what all of us old heads say who like hip hop. They'll say, "What happened to the people that were saying stuff?" Like now everybody's just talking about money and the women they have. Nobody cares. And the cars. Yeah, nobody cares. But I just think like a lot of times people had, they just had fun. It was party music, people were chilling. And then I don't know what happened. Oh, I understood. However, the toilet joke I made seemed to go over the head. Yeah, maybe. And no, but I saw what you were saying. It was interesting. But I was like, okay, see, I'm just trying to make sure I'm not being trolled. And that's really what it is. This YouTube, it's rough out here. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. Just making sure. Yeah, because it does happen. Although, I'm like, whatever. I'm pretty chill, these days. So I mean, there we go. And Cal said, I'm still here, just gotta seek them out. Yeah, Nas is killing it. Yeah, he's okay. Yeah, he's not bad. And who's the other one that I was listening to? Oh my gosh. Oh, it's gonna drive me crazy now. I can't think of. Yeah, I think he's the only one actually. It says it's what happens to you when you decide to go into the public and record yourself. Yeah. But you know what? I'm just knitting and crocheting. Like it's not that deep. But it's funny that people get offended. They get offended by random stuff, you know. But we're just hanging out. I said, I have some friendly people that I hang out with on the YouTubes, as my father-in-law says. you know, and it's nice to hear you. It's hard out here for a pimp. Hey, can you believe that song won a Grammy? Sorry, I have to laugh. That is terrible. I remember that. Yeah, that was crazy. But you're right. That song is very. It's funny that you said that because I quoted that song the other day, saying it's hard out here. Yeah, but like I said, I'm somewhat I try to remain somewhat anonymous, but yet somewhat approachable. I'm trying to do that middle ground. Like I'm not trying to show my stuff and do all that nasty stuff that people do and whatever. Like I'm chilling. You know what's hilarious? German rap. Oh, I bet that is interesting. When they have to rap a long word and can't make it fit. Yeah, see, rap is interesting. I think I've heard you're a clean toilet. Okay. And you chug bleach. Nice. But I think that yeah, German I think I've heard rap in Spanish. Weird. I've heard rap in I've heard a little bit of German. Yeah, German's kind of a tough language, I think. For I don't know if there's a lot of rhyming words. Not that it has to rhyme, but a lot of times like it all has to make sense. It's hard. It's hard. I think like people who do it, I see the talent in the writing. If you write your own stuff, it's kind of amazing if you can do it. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. And then Cal said Nas has a label he put out. Let's see, new big something. Big Daddy Kane, Slick Rick, and all the old heads. LL Cool J put out a great album. Believe it or not, really. Yeah, I love Big Daddy Kane. He was good. Yes, and he could write. He was a writer. Very talented. LL Cool J. I don't know. I always thought he was corny, but he has longevity. You know what I mean? And who was the other one you said? Da, 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 da. LL Cool J, Slick Rick. Yeah, Slick Rick was interesting too. He could write. And but he got into some trouble. Let's see. Let's see. Little Toilet. That's a crazy name. And I never thought about rap in non-English. Yeah, it's weird. It's kind of weird. Yeah, to me, it's weird to my ear. And Kal-El said the young kids that actually rap well don't get any. Oh, okay, publicity. Some good ones have to find it through sewage. Yeah, you're right. And Riff Raff has put out music consistently every few months since he came out. Oh, that's good. Yeah, see, LL Cool J, I know. I won't say he sold out, but he's he's in the club, as it were. Yeah, I don't think I don't think Big Daddy Kane and those other people are, but you know, but it is interesting. Yeah, you're more from the Tupac era. Now, see, Tupac is weird. I am kind of on the edge with him. I don't dislike Tupac, but I'm not in love with Tupac. But I like his, if you ever see, he has like some poetry that he's written, which is pretty good. Yeah. I'm more into his writing, and I think his mind, he had a good mind, he had a big mind. Yep. Oh, the Diddle Club. No. I thought he was straight trash. Yeah. And we're not surprised, right? Yeah. No, I think he was another one that I think had no talent. See, a lot of people got over. They really didn't have any talent, but I think they were well connected. So they, uh, and the Diddler, I think he's a prime example of somebody who became well connected. Yeah, and you see, he was willing to do a lot of stuff to be well connected. Yeah, I thought he was trash, and I'm trying to think writing wise, who was a good writer? Let's see. Tupac the greatest, Kells. Don't speak blasphemous. I know I'm the only one. Like I just no, I don't think he was bad. I just think his delivery was a little trash. That's all. I don't think his delivery was good. But, you know, he said some good stuff. Yeah, it's more the delivery for my ear. When Dave Chappelle did that spoof on Tupac, I just fell out because he sounded just like him. Did you ever see that one where he was kind of saying that Tupac was still alive, and but I don't think so. Yeah, but he did a really funny imitation of him, or maybe somebody. I don't know if he did it or somebody else on his crew, but he did it. Yep, his thoughts and interviews are deep. I'm sure he'd be an activist by now. Yes. Oh, Jesus, she's high now. No, who are you talking about? Not me. Uh, no, I have had my coffee, but yeah. Yeah, no, he's okay. Yeah, his delivery was a little bit weird for me. That's all. Yep. But keep your head up was okay. I like that. Yes, I've seen it. I've never heard this gibberish you speak. Oh my god. You like Tupac. Yeah. Okay, but so here so riddle me this. So this is the thing about Tupac that's interesting is, I think his whole persona was kind of fake. So for example, he was from New York City, right? But where did then he was like repping Los Angeles. And I'm like, you're from New York City. What the heck? And then he went to school with Jada Pinkett Smith in Baltimore. So he had a Baltimore thing. But yet he was repping Los Angeles. And I'm going, you're not from there. Like, I don't think you're. Anyway. So that's why I think it was fake. Who do I like? Ooh. Do you know who I was thinking about? So I was listening to the other day, 3 Times Dope, people from Philly. There's a lot of good Philly rappers, not Will Smith. But there's 3 Times Dope and Cassidy. And there's one more. And I said, yeah, 3 Times Dope. I forgot about them. These are all these people from back in the day. Yeah, check them out. Yeah. Some good Philly rappers. And then Kendrick Lamar, like I like his diss track. People were asking me about that about a year ago, and I said, "Oh yeah, Kendrick Lamar, very interesting." Yes, I love the diss track. That is my favorite. And who else? I liked Wu-Tang Clan. They were my favorite too. I love them so much. They were crazy. Yeah. Yeah, he does say some gibberish though. You're right. Kendrick does say. And let's see, Kal-El, born in New York, raised in Oakland mainly. Remember, his mom was a Panther. That's right. A lot of moving around. Yeah, but he went to performing arts school in Baltimore, which is why he and Jada were kind of tied, and I think Jada is in love with him. But anyway, they were in high school, and I think I don't know. Yeah, Cassidy. I love Cassidy. Yes. And who's the other one? There's one more. Uh, uh but if you want to see some Wu-Tang Clan, they were on NPR. The other. Oh yeah, yeah, yes. Yeah. They were on NPR last year. They did a live concert and I really enjoyed them. They were good. But they were one of the few groups in one of the few artists that actually got a reasonable recording contract. I think they're the only ones actually. Yeah. It's similar to an army brat that I've lived in many places. Ah, gotcha. Yeah. But I'm not sure if Tupac's, thug persona, I don't think that was real. And I just, what I mean, just my gut. Don't know the guy, didn't know the guy, but I thought it was fake. A little fake. Fakeish. But I think a lot of those people have fake backstories. They're not real. I mean, he was taken by there's a video on YouTube. He's taking ballet class, and I'm like, okay, not there's anything wrong with that, but he was not the guy that he was portraying. I don't think. Beanie Siegel, yes, he's the other one. Yeah, Cassidy battle raps a lot now. Yeah, I do enjoy him. Yes. And then LaBelle says, Kal-El, my son too. He says he doesn't really have any roots anywhere. Oh, yeah, I guess that is interesting. Yeah, I see, and I'm the complete opposite. I pretty much stayed in the same place, for 18 years or whatever. I went to school out of the area, and then I live in the same state I grew up in, but Pennsylvania's huge. But and that was only by accident. Like I was trying to get out. But then you find, you end up staying. You end up staying, and you don't know why, but you end up staying in there. And then there you are. And then years go by, and 78,000 subscribers. Wow, that's crazy. That is crazy. All right, congratulations, Mr. Stepper. Yeah, please give a thumbs up if you don't mind. Yeah, I can't even imagine having that many followers. But, like I said, what I do is I'm a little bit off the beaten path, I think, for most people. So, yeah. Cal Elsa, remember he says it was the only way he could get his message heard by Urban America. All the preachy rappers get ignored. That's true. That is so true. Yeah, that's unfortunate. But I think, like I said, I think the hip hop uh, music was sort of, taken down a peg, by putting all these negative, ignorant acting people, you know, in it. And all the people that were a little bit deep are gone. They didn't last long, you know what I mean? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can imagine me 20,000 of them followers. LOL. Yeah, that'd be cool. Oh, okay. Me too. Let's see. Has anyone heard of Ursula again? I really enjoyed the crochet coffee. Yeah, I have not. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Yeah. Like, see, I noticed with YouTube, people come on and then they dip off because it's not real. It's not lucrative for a lot of people. You know what I mean? And see, you have to have so many views to really get paid. You know what I mean? And and I'm on the edge, like just like the rest of my life. I'm doing okay, but not the greatest. You know what I mean? And to really earn money, like it's hard to earn money on YouTube unless you're getting millions of views or thousands and thousands of views. Yeah. So let's see here. Uh-oh. Come on. My computer just did a thing. Don't shut down. There we go. Yeah, and then yeah, hip hop was hijacked. Yeah, it was. And it's trash. But you know what's funny about hip hop? Country music is now hip hop. Did you notice that? And apparently T Pain and Chris Brown have written a ton of country music, and it's anonymously, and you can tell. You can tell. Yeah, it's a little more ethnic. I'll just call it that. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know what songs though. Like, but they did an interview with T Pain. Like T Pain, even though like his music was horrible, he's very talented. And he's a writer. He can write. And like all that music that he wrote back in the day, like he wrote it in minutes, made lots of money, sold songs, wrote songs, and he's actually a good singer. I don't know why he was singing with the robot. Oh, there's a Kevin. Hey, Tuber Chat, welcome in. Yes, honestly, it's time you put. Let's see, it's the time you put in that is too much. Yes, with the low payoff. Yes, I got you. No, that's right. Yeah, see, but the thing is, if you're really, really popular, you can crank out some dough, you know what I mean? Without doing much. I mean, there's people on YouTube now that have tons of members and they make cha-ching cha-ching. It's not a ton of money, but it's enough to like sustain a little bit of a lifestyle, you know. And I would love to get there, but I'm thinking like it's not it may not be in my cards, but it's kind of interesting. Yes, T-Pain popularized autotune. Yeah, and so T-Pain said that he has written a lot of country music, and he does it anonymously because people, there's a little bit of racism in country music. I'm just keeping it real. And you saw what happened to that guy. What's his name? Remember the one guy that tried to be a country music star and the people went off. I can't remember who it was, but it was about a year ago. And but anyway, but T-Pain, because he's a really good writer, he actually ended up writing a lot of pop music and country music. And he said he's written many, many songs. He does it anonymously. And yeah, which is crazy. Let's see. Yeah. And then Kal-El said, yeah, I've done some writing. You'd be surprised how many people write for others. Love country music now. It's basically rap and R&B. That is correct. Yep. And there's a Breeze Omega. Hey, I'm coming over for dinner. Man. Yes, I am. See, you'll be surprised. One day I'll be like, boom, 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 boom. You're going to be like, who's this weird woman at the door? And I'm going to be, it's me. And Breeze writes a lot of music. Nice. See, I appreciate people who have talent. See, I don't have it. Like I said, I'm not a hater. I am not a hater. I love, I will cheerlead you if you're into, if you have some talent, I will cheerlead you like nobody's business. But my husband hates it, but I always go, oh my gosh, this is straight trash, like certain things. And he goes, like, who do you think you are? And I'm going, hey, like, come on. When someone really has talent, it shows. You know what I'm saying? And that's me, man. I'm like, I will cheerlead you like nobody, like T-Pain. And in fact, I have to find this thing, but I bought this toy for my kids back in the day. It was a T-Pain microphone. I put it away somewhere. I got to find that thing. But it would auto-tune your voice. It was hilarious. And my one daughter used to harass my other daughter with it. It was so entertaining. But then my one daughter put it away and then it disappeared. Yes, come get some of this food, beloved. Oh, yes. Oh, man. Yeah, you're working that food over there. I got to get over there, man. That's crazy. But then again, I don't want to be like 500 pounds. And then Cal said, Kels, I'm going to bring you up in the new year. I'm excited to hear your favorite movies. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. I will. I will come. I don't have a lot of movies, though. See, I started, it's weird. I've seen a lot of movies over the years. You know what I mean? And I had a sister that was really into movies. And I think that's why I wasn't into movies because she was just so into movies. And I kind of let her, that was kind of her thing. But like my dad was into movies and stuff. Yeah, my kids got that mic. That mic is fire. It's amazing. Yes. Yes, serious big backery. I know. Yeah, I'm telling you. But I will say this. Now, this is just completely off the thing, but if you really want to do some serious big backery, Philly is a good place to eat. It really is. And people kind of turn their nose up, and I'm going, oh my gosh. Yeah, there's some really awesome food here. You can, I mean, there's just, even the crappy stores or the corner stores have good food. You know what I mean? You can go get a sandwich and it's good. A trash sandwich on Wonder Bread with like ham and cheese, and it's going to be good. And then, you can go to like a 3 or 4 star restaurant and the food's going to be good. And then you can go to a pizzeria and the food is good. I mean, it's insane. Yeah. But yeah, so Thanksgiving is a good time for big backery. I love it. Yes. Let's see. Oh, okay. LaBelle saying, I really don't get rap. I guess rap speaks to social structures or social cultures, and a lot of it seems quite violent. Yeah, I'll speak on that in a second. And when I first heard the term rap, I thought it was spelled rap, like wrapping paper. Nice. And then only what they allow in media seems violent because the dominant society promotes that. Yeah, that's for sure. And that could be, yeah. So the thing is, LaBelle. So what happened to hip hop? It was very culturally. It was sort of like in the beginning, it was sort of party music. People were just, chilling, and then it was like battle. People were sort of battling. That was cool. And then and then that gangster rap came out. And speaking of somebody, oh, I shouldn't say this, but there's a gangster rap group from LA that was very, very popular. And they did this music that was trash. And it really caught on. And, you know what I mean? And, like Blank the Police. Like, I never heard that song until recently. And I said, oh my gosh, they put it's just trash. And the music industry, I think steered these people this way, and it was overly sexualized and just, just straight wretched, stuff. And NW, I can't stand them. Oh, they're horrible. I just think they should have all been stabbed. Like for what they did, but they took the money. I get it. They got paid by doing this. And I know that they were probably back in their studio going, "Oh my god, this is like," they're probably going, "Yeah, we're gonna get this money," but like at what cost? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I hated that. Those people didn't get them, didn't get them at all. Terrible. Yeah, absolutely horrible. And I think they became very popular, and then it crossed over, and that's the whole thing. Like when it crossed over, and then all the stuff that people see, that's kind of what they got into. And then last thing I'll say is the booty stuff. Butts, 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 butts. I'm just like, what the hell is that? I mean, I don't know. And now that stuff crossed over. And then little suburban kids love it. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'll tell you this. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna read the chat real quick. I have a funny hip hop story. I'll tell you. Yeah, NWA, can't stand them. Were they really reporting what they were seeing in the neighborhood? I mean, maybe. Yeah. So LA, I have had some experience with Los Angeles. Los Angeles was pretty brutal. It's pretty racist over there. I'm gonna be honest. My dad lived there for a long time. So yeah, I understand that. Okay. Yes, the gangster rap is weird. New words are vile. They often use the N word. Yes. In interviews, complaining about being called the N word. I know it's crazy. Yep, LaBelle. And then you see Burna Boy is following Tyla. Failed and we cleaning house. Wow. And you're eating now and regretting it. Oh, that's funny. No, but the other thing is, okay. So years ago, I have to tell you, I went to this concert in Valley Forge used to have this theater in suburban Philadelphia. And they had a hip hop show. And this is like this. I'm gonna show my age here, but it was Queen Latifah, uh, Naughty by Nature, and one more. Queen Latifah, Naughty by Nature, and one more. I can't remember who the third person was. Hmm. But anyway, it was in Valley Forge. And Valley Forge is about 20 miles from Philadelphia. And Valley Forge is the place where George Washington froze, basically one of the big battles, in the Revolutionary War. Okay. So I remember Queen Latifah comes out and she goes, "Where the heck are we anyway?" I busted out laughing, and everybody in there, was Caucasian. Like there were some brown people in there, but it was the funniest thing. And I remember at that point saying, "Oh wow, the tide has turned." So I don't know what year that was, but it was Queen Latifah. She was wearing her African gear, but she came out and was like, "I thought we were in Philly," and the whole place was, majority. Yeah. Yes. So anyway, I mean, Missy Cal said, "Yeah, they market the street side of it, and there are a lot of positives, but you gotta LOL." Yep. And see, and then Breeze is saying, "Lots of quality hip hop exists. You just gotta tap into it because it's not promoted," and that is for sure. Whoops, I just dropped a stitch here. No, and I think that's the problem. They're really promoting kind of the negative stuff, and a lot of these guys that you see, they're all like, I don't know, they all seem a little bit like they're I'll just say pharmaceutically impaired. We'll just call it that, and that's part of it too. And remember when people were drinking all that weird stuff, back in the day, the what's his name, Little Wayne. Remember he was always on something, and and these people, I don't know, it was just weird. Like it really took a turn. Yeah, and hip hop was good. It was kind of reasonable, but then yeah, took a crazy turn. Kale's hating on NWA. LOL, it's bad that the music sounds. Let's see, there was still a message, and nobody believed them about the police. No, and that's true. Yeah, it was just vulgar. Yeah, so yeah, that's the thing. You know what I mean? But I think like everybody jumped on that, right? I mean, see, in Los Angeles was tough. Yeah, like I said, I spent time in LA, like a lot of time. And I used to go there 3 months out of the year in the summer when I was out of school. So I spent time there. So I'm not just talking out of my neck. And so I get the racism. You know, the cops have always been very you know, suspect in Los Angeles, but other places too, you know what I mean? But um yeah, I don't know. South Central. I mean, my dad lived in South Central for a long time. Yep. So I've been there, done that, you know. And but you know, when I was there, which was 500 years ago, it was kind of a family place. You know, people were poor, but you know, people were just doing what they do, you know. Let's see. Yeah, exactly. The police brutality was and is a real thing. Yeah, it's real. That's right. Oh, and then let's see. Oh, and Ice T actually is from New Jersey, right? Fake. Yeah, he's from New Jersey, and he claimed Los Angeles, and he was doing gangster rap before NWA. Yeah, see, that's crazy, right? And then I saw a picture of him. You know, he was in, I want to say it was a Patti LaBelle. Speaking of LaBelle, a Patti LaBelle video, and he was like a model. He was like, or I think it was Patti LaBelle, like an old one, where he was dressed like a model. You know, he had his hair cut and was wearing a suit or something, and the women were fawning over him. And I went, "That's Ice T." Yeah, you got to see this video of him. I can't remember. I want to say it was Patti LaBelle, but I could be wrong. Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah. So anyway, his whole thing was fake. Yeah, and at least I think. And then let's see. LaBelle said, "Why don't they promote positive stuff? Music being depressing from around the mid '90s. Depressing music has an effect on people. Got to do with the beat and the frequencies of the notes, right? So they have been messing around. So anyway, so maybe Breeze can speak on this. The music industry is really interesting. Like it's really not about the music, unfortunately. Like they push a lot of agendas, you know. And one of them, I think, was the gangsta rap was definitely an agenda and negative, and it really did, have an effect on people. I believe, yeah. But I think they were telling the truth, like you said, about the police stuff. Yeah. You see, music is part of the 9 levels of activity and the dominant society controls all of it. That is true. Yeah, see, and that's the whole thing. Like, they say that the music industry really isn't about music. Yeah, it's about other stuff. Yeah, yeah, it's no longer about music, right? Yep. And then, yeah, I think it was intended. LaBelle saying up until around the '90s. That's right. We had happy music, right? And now it's really violent. Yep, and nasty, very sexual, right? Not that there's anything wrong with but you know what I'm saying for the kids. Yeah, Breeze. Kel's never left the porch. LOL. She was knitting and watching Scooby Doo. What? She don't know about cool. She always had a lemon tree. Wow. Wow. No, it's worse than that. You can affect the all over mood of a nation with music. Guess who realized this? Yep, the Nazis, girl. See, thank you. All right, now. So you listen to LaBelle, okay? That's right. Yeah, music is really powerful, and people don't know, that what you listen, like I said, anything that you expose yourself to will rub off. It gets inside of your psyche. So you want to make sure you have relatively positive things going on in there because it does rub off. Yes. Breeze is laughing. An FSU girl. Hey, good to see you. No, I did get off the porch. Remember, I lived, so I'm one of those people that the parents said, please leave the house. I drank out of I drank out of the hose. Yeah, I did all that stuff. So yeah, you know what I'm saying. So I was always out and about. Like I said, I was always out and about, just checking people out. You know what I'm saying. And I lived, and like I said, I've been to a lot of places. You know what I mean. And met some people. I've met some people, and yeah, like I said, I get around like more than people think. Oh, who do you think are the Nazis, LaBelle? Okay, no, she's talking about the real Nazis. Breeze. Yeah, yeah, yep. Yes, listen to me. Try housework to ABBA and the next day to cranberries. You'll find the cranberries seems to take longer and you won't be happy throughout. Interesting. Yeah, an FSU girl said, absolutely. That's why I tell you, my little one, be careful with what we let our mind and heart and soul. Yeah, yeah, yep. Yeah, I always say that because like the music, that's really, really negative. Like I said, you gotta just not try not to listen to it. You know what I mean? But and I like music. You know what I mean? I listen to a lot of stuff. But you've done all 50 states, ooh, and 14 countries. That's getting around. Yeah, I've done probably like I think I'm around 48 states. I've done 48. I've only done like 3 or 4 countries. Yeah. So I gotta like up my game. But that's awesome. Yeah, see, when you see stuff, it really does change your mind. You know what I mean? It really does open your mind up to things. And you really have to sort of see like what, the other side. You got to see like you can't stick to yourself. You know what I mean? It's good to be sort of open and watch what other people are up to. You know what I mean? Yeah, and definitely getting out of like for us people that are in the states, a lot of people don't leave their 14 block radius. I've heard that in Philadelphia. A lot of the people that grow up in Philly don't move around too much, and that's kind of sad, you know. But like you have to get out and meet people. But I mean, I've spent a lot of time. And let's see, yeah, LaBelle, evil will influence and corrupt anything if given the chance. Yep, that's right. That's what Cal's saying. And FSU girl saying, my little one is autistic and bullied at school. Every morning he listens to Toby Mac, the song Elements. I have to go check out what that is. Okay. Interesting. And then Cal saying, if you believe in God, you'll find that Satan was an angel that was so beautiful that when he spoke, music came from him. That's why he is used as a tool and is so good at it. Yep, that is true. And then Breeze is saying, yeah, we try and play quality music, especially all the Motown and hip hop, like De La Soul. Nice. Immortal technique. Interesting. Speak no evil, hear no evil. Words are powerful. That's correct. Yep. And then, yeah, Breeze was in the military. I thought so. So traveling is a must. Yeah, cool. Cool. Yeah, but I think like that's the whole thing. But you have to, like I said, you have to be really careful with this music. And then like I said, I think that gangster rap was definitely a poisoning of the hip hop music. And and even now there's a lot of kind of subliminal, like they were talking about subliminal stuff that's in music and movies and stuff like that. And there's a whole there used to be a lot of videos on it on YouTube. But they say that they slide a lot of stuff into movies and TV as well. Yeah. Let's see. Drunken Chef, great morning. Like done. Thank you. Salute. And then LaBelle saying, oh, Kal-El, yes, I do. And I know that. Satan runs the world, right? And he hasn't lost his angel powers. The Garden of Eden was not a place, but a time. Ah, interesting. Yeah. Yeah, so you know what I mean? Like I said, if I had young children right now, I would, I was kind of the nerdy parent who said, please don't watch those nasty movies. A lot of stuff that was on there. Um, but yeah, it's very scary. Yes, and thank you to everybody who's coming in today. Nightbots, thanking everybody. Appreciate you. Let's see. LaBelle said, just think of the music they play in stores. Whether you like it or not, it does make you spend more time in the store. That is true, and that's a perfect example of the power of music. Yeah. Now, does anybody remember Muzak? Muzak used to make me laugh, but they would redo music sort of in a instrumental way, usually with an orchestra, and it was kind of funny. There's Emily Reed. Welcome in. Yeah. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate you. Let's see. That's hilarious. But yeah, I mean, so they would take old songs and sort of not old, but they would take pop music and sort of make it like in an orchestra way. And they would play it on elevators and in the supermarket or department stores. And that was always funny. I used to laugh when they would redo stuff. And let's see, LaBelle saying, when our son was a little boy, let's see, he struck me as strange. One of his favorite characters was Skeletor, not He-Man. Okay, I cannot speak to that show. Like I know I was not a big, animation. Well, I watched a little bit of animation, but that was not my thing. But they were talking, yeah. So it's interesting. So he likes Skeletor, and I forget what Skeletor's backstory was. So if anybody can fill me, oops, I almost dropped a stitch. If anybody can tell me what Skeletor's backstory, because maybe, yeah, I wonder why he likes Skeletor. But Skeletor was kind of, I thought his personality was more interesting than He-Man. I mean, just from the little bit that I did see, on there, I thought he was funny. I mean, just like just the voice. But I used to like cartoons. Like I thought they were kind of funny. The cartoon voices. He-Man, I'm gonna get you, or whatever. Yeah, but that is interesting. But I always thought He-Man was weird too. Like I don't know, there was something off about He-Man. I thought, yeah, He-Man. Let's see. But yeah, anyway, so it's really interesting. Like I said, I've been, when you have like a day off, you start thinking about all this crazy stuff, and you go, wow, that really happened. Like we're living in a really strange time right now. Yep. And my favorite was Looney Tunes. I think they were Coyote and Roadrunner. Yes, Coyote always succeeded in crossing the cliff until he realized where he was. That's right. Yeah, that's a weird one. And like Tom and Jerry, like I used to watch that one too. But yeah, I like the Roadrunner. And when I was in California, I saw Roadrunners periodically. So that was weird. And we would see coyotes too, actually. Coyotes and Roadrunners. And I remember kind of at that time, that's when I was going to California. And I remember going, "Oh wow, so this is a thing." Yeah. But somebody had a video of that on. It was either Instagram or TikTok or something. It was kind of interesting. See, my favorite, yeah, Looney Tunes. Yep, yep, yep. Yeah, I don't know. I always wondered, what the coyote was gonna do. I mean, I know, I guess if he had eaten the Roadrunner, that would have been bad. Would have been the end of the show. Yeah, Kells is a gangster crocheter. LOL. Yeah, looking dangerous. Yeah, that's me. Yeah. So anyway, but like I said, I just started doing this because I really just wanted to make a sweater, and I'm trying to make one now. I haven't started it yet, but I have all the materials. So that's like that's my next huge project that I'm going to be doing, but it's going to be a minute, because I'm pretty slow. Let's see. Yeah, needle. Yeah, that needle looks dangerous. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's see. Lavelle said, "Did you know that they canceled loads of these old cartoons? Further proof that we're being led to a direction that maybe we shouldn't go to." Oh wow. I was shocked to see Roadrunners here in California and how small they actually are. Isn't that weird? Yeah, they're weird looking. That drawing of the Roadrunner, I don't think does it any justice. Like I don't think it looks anything like that. Do you? I don't think so. Yeah, still waiting on my Superman bed sheets. Oh yeah, Superman. Okay, I'll have to hook you up on something Superman. Yeah, I'll have to see what I can do there. Yeah, you are Superman. That's cool. That's cool. Yes, bed sheets. You wouldn't want sheets made out of yarn. You'll be sweating. Yeah, it's pretty. This stuff gets pretty hot. That's the only thing you have to really like. I I'm trying to use slightly smaller yarn. That's why this is taking forever because the yarn's pretty small. So it takes you twice as long to make something. But the heavier stuff, like you'll sweat your little head off. So Superman, that's funny. Let's see. Oh, maybe you shouldn't go in that direction. Well, hey, you know what happens. I mean, this is real stuff, man. You know what I mean? Because I think a lot of people don't really see. You got to stay focused on what's happening. You know what I mean? Like the real story. I always say. Hmm. Yeah, and that's tough, FSU girl. With your kid being bullied. I don't know how you're supposed to handle that because you really can't handle it nowadays the way you should handle it. Yeah, but because people are they're a little rough. You know what I mean? They will get you. Yeah, school's tough. Like I feel bad for anybody who has to go to school right now. Like I don't miss that at all. Yep. Oh, you're knitting? Oh, a fingering weight held double. Yeah, I should have held this double. I did not do that. Should have. Yeah, cuz I would have been finished like 20 years ago. Like this thing's just going on and on to the break of dawn. But there it is. But it's cute. This little baby sweater. But that's nice. Yeah, I love fingering. Oh, a throw cover. Yeah, that's better. Yeah. Sheets would be you would sweat. Too sweaty. Yeah, you don't want to do that. Yeah. So, trying to think anything else that happened. But I've been really trying my best. Let's see. Oh, I'm an hour in. Okay, good. All right. 13 people. Thanks for hanging in there. Let's do one more row and then I'll probably wrap it up. I got to wake up Mr. I Bring It. I think he's watching TV. It's very quiet in there. I left him early this morning. Let's see. Well, the problem is that by the time we notice, we're getting in an age and the young ones don't believe us. I know. Mine did not believe me either. Yeah. Yep. Just like we didn't believe our elders. That's right. So the misleading can continue. Yeah. It is rough. I don't know what what are you supposed to do? Like it's kind of scary. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's kind of hidden, right? Yep. And then I know it's been difficult. I can take him out for mental health days and I call the school when you make sure he will feel safe, he will be back. Call me back with the new plan. Yeah, see, that's tough. Yeah, that really is tough. And and you don't and you can't learn anything if you're under duress. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, I almost, I hate to say to people, I think you should almost, and not everybody can do it, but homeschooling, I think, is amazing. Like, if you have the right kind of student, now, I don't know how far on the spectrum, your son is. He may require some extra help, but, if you have a kid that can manage the workload, a lot of times, homeschooling can be good. But then they have to learn how to deal with people. I don't know. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of that. Yeah. Yep, yep, yep. Yeah. And then LaBelle said, I'm knitting an Aran sweater. You just got an ad to some Aran place. They know where they sell original Aran sweaters, pure wool and hand knitted for around 65 pounds. I somehow don't think so. Okay, Molly's homeschooled. So what do you think? Do you like homeschooling? Do you want to go back to real school? Because that's always the question that comes up. Are you missing out on your social stuff? Blah, blah, blah. That's the things that I hear all the time. But I think for some people it's amazing. And I'll tell you why. So I homeschooled my kids for 2 years and um I was home to supervise and do all that stuff. And that's the main thing. But we really did some really cool stuff as a family, when I did homeschool. Yep. He's high functioning, okay, and has OT at school, so he's intelligent. Has an IQ of 120, not bad, not bad. That's what FSU girl's saying. And then LaBelle said, "I love school. I was always depressed when the 6-week summer holiday started. See, for me, it was the opposite. I was like, yay!" Oh, I enjoyed, but we always traveled, so that was the thing. That's why I love the 6-week break. And I had friends. So we had, we lived in a little small area and everybody knew everybody. And we were always in and out of each other's homes and things like that. So I grew up kind of in that environment. So for me, school wasn't particularly social, but yeah, his biggest struggle was socializing. He just wants friends. Yeah, and I would say maybe try him in whatever hobby he likes to do. See if you can get him. Like we took our kids to karate. They did karate, and that was good for them. And then the karate people kind of introduced us to bowling, and there was like a little bowling league for the homeschool people, and we did that, and that was actually quite, it wasn't as boring as I thought it was going to be, and the kids sort of enjoyed it, and it got them off the couch, kept them moving a little bit, and they learned how to bowl. So we did that, and that was fun. And we went on all these field trips. We went to Philly and New York and all these different places. Like when we were homeschooling, they had a really good experience, my kids. Now, but you have to, if you do it, you have to make sure the kids get some social stuff in there. Yeah. Because it's hard. And, and now like people don't, neighbors don't really hang out like that, and that's a big thing. Because you might find that you could find him some friends that way if you have anybody that lives kind of in your area, you know. See, it's not yet confirmed, but my oldest granddaughter seems to have a level of autism. Ooh. She finds socializing tough, but she's one heck of an artist. There you go. Yeah, you see that a lot, right? Age 13, just knocked out an anatomically correct, human heart. What? Which will now be exhibited at RVI, Royal Victoria Infirmary in Newcastle. That's pretty impressive. Yeah, so you gotta nurture that skill. Somebody, yeah, make sure that you gotta let that gift grow. Yep, that's impressive. Yeah, like I said, I enjoy. Like I said, I love to see people work those gifts, man. Work those gifts. Yep, that's pretty cool. Yes. But I think, that gift will probably, well, see, that's the thing. Unfortunately, it's a solitary gift. Artist, being an artist or whatever. Oh, but that's nice. Yeah, I guess you really have to I don't know how you get kids to be more social, because I think, the pandemic really wrecked the social thing for a lot of people. Oh, hang on, Kel. Oh, you emailed a photo. Let me see here. Hold on. Gotta find my other. I'll just do it this way. I'll do it this way. Yeah, I got my other little device here. Let me come in here. Oh, that's cool. Interesting. Oh, let me see. I'll do it this way. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let me see here. That's nice. All right. Let me see here. All right. Ooh. Let me see. Not yet. It's coming. Nice. Ooh. All right. Let me see here. Yeah, you still have the same email, I hope. Yep. Still waiting for it to come in. All right. I'm gonna wait just a second here. Oh, you haven't sent it yet. Okay. All right. Okay. I opened my email on the other page there. There we go. I gotcha. Yeah, it's crazy. But I think that's really cool, that like I said, if your kids have some kind of a gift, you gotta nurture those gifts. And like I said, try to get them in some kind of a hobby, and hopefully they'll make friends, in that hobby. That's the only thing I would say. If the kids at school are being a pain, you got to make sure that you get the kids out there. Even though they don't want to be social, you got to get them out there somehow. And usually hobbies, people can bond over those kind of things. Like my kids did Girl Scouts, and when they were young, and that got them, hanging out with other girls, and But our neighborhood we lived in, people are a little bit further away, but they did, get a couple of closer friends that really helped them out. Yep. And it was nice. But I think that's like really crucial. They got to get out and meet people. Yes. So that's cool. But anyway, let me just thank everybody for coming in. This is cool. This is exciting. Yeah, I normally don't come on this time of day, and I was like, let me just see what happens. But I did get a few rows done on this thing, and I'm very happy because I need to wrap this up. Wrap it up, wrap it up. I'm so embarrassed. Like I said, this thing has just been going on too long. Sometimes, oh, there it is. Okay, let's see here. Oh, I love it. Is that? Oh man, she's good. All right. Let me see if I can share this now. Let's share. Oh yeah, this is good. Oh yeah. Now hopefully, can you guys see that? Hopefully you can. Look. Oh, there it is. Now I wish I could make this bigger. I don't know how to do that without causing mayhem. Oh, there we go. You see that? Okay. So there we go. Work those talents. Look at that. That is amazing. Wow. Okay. I love it. Yeah, you got to keep her going, man. Yes. Ooh, that's beautiful. Look at that. Yeah, that is amazing. Okay. That is really nice. Yeah, see, and that is very, very I mean, detailed. You cannot beat that. Yeah, that's beautiful. All right now. Let me see. I'm gonna make it just a let me see if I can make it just a little big. Ah, look at that. So I'm gonna go in and go out. But look at that. That is beautiful. And that took her probably a long time. Not a long time, but that took her, a minute to make that. That's pretty good. All right now. So there we go. So that is amazing. Yes. Now see, I draw a little bit, but man, she is way ahead at her young age, That's really good. So, bam. That is amazing. Yep, that's what FSU girl said. Yep. About a week. Yeah, I figured cuz there are so many lines in there. I'm amazed. Good for her. Yep. Well, you give her like we all give her. Yes, she's only 13. See, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. So yeah, you got to keep her going, man. Whatever she needs, you know, keep her going. All her supplies, maybe a little bit of art class, you know what I mean? Just so they can, even push her further ahead. I'm digging it. Good for her. Yeah, that's nice. Yes. That the best I can do. Yep, that's what you got to do. I'm impressed. Yeah, tell her. Yeah, she got to keep going. Don't make her go to don't make her go to college for medical school or something unless she has an aptitude. But like she should be drawing medical illustration. I mean, come on, she's got it. Okay, nice. Okay, well that's what I'm talking about. Whoops, as I'm dropping a stitch here, let me put that back in there. But anywho, this is it. Well, I'd like to say thank you to everybody for hanging in there, giving the support. It's hard out here for a pimp, as Cal says on YouTube. Oh, she goes to it was that a nine, a type, is that a 9? IX, yeah, that's 9. School. In these schools, they concentrate on the individual talents of the kids. Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, because she's in the UK somewhere over there. That's pretty cool. XP. Oh, XP. Okay. Now, what does XP stand for? For those of us who are unfamiliar. But it's nice. I mean, but the bottom line is they nurture the talents of the kids. And that's the thing. And see, and unfortunately, like when when we all went through school, that was not the case. I mean, you sort of got a little bit of that in middle school, in high school, but at that point it's too late. You know what I mean? Like that stuff has to be nurtured earlier the better. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yep. XP. Okay. But that's really nice. I'm in that's impressive. I said I love it. I have no idea what it stands for, but I wish I could have gone to school like hers. Yes. Yeah, because I'm telling you, I think a lot of people are dissuaded from doing the arts. And, I guess, I don't know. Like, it's weird, you have to pay the bills. I get it. But, but like you see her talent. I mean, she does not belong in, she shouldn't be working in an office. You know what I'm saying? It's like she needs to be doing some art somewhere. Yeah, I got you. But I think that's really a big deal. Mm-hmm. XP. Okay, I have to look that up. See if anybody shed some light on that. I'm always really curious, in other countries, how they educate, because like I said, public education here is kind of on the line. It's not bad, but it's not great. And a lot of if you look at the high powered people in America, they send their kids to private school. They don't even go to public school. So that's a really telling thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's interesting. But let's see, I got a few more stitches. I'll finish this row. Then I'm gonna get out of the house and do some. Actually, I gotta do some work. I did my big cleanup after Thanksgiving. That was messy. I had stuff everywhere. But I'm so glad that it's that's over. That's always a big undertaking, for the people in the states that do that. Whew, wears you out. You know what I'm saying? But did a big cleanup on that. I got that done. But I'm gonna do, run through the bathrooms and do all that stuff. Keep that going. Hmm. So let's see. Normal mainstream schools in the UK can be brutal physically and mentally. Interesting. I didn't know that. Yeah, I know in the States it's always been a little bit hairy. You know, like I met this lady and she was telling me she carried a weapon. I was like, what the heck? And I said, in school? And she was like, yeah. She said them girls were crazy where she was. She said they were very violent. And I said, wow, that's terrible. I can't even imagine dealing with that. But interesting. Yeah. Let's see. So there we go. That's pretty nice. But yeah, I feel for I feel for those kids that are in school cuz it's tough out here. You know what I mean? It really is. Cuz kids are hard, and I'm just like, yo, you got to give people a break. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, it's too hard. So anyway, but there it is. So we're gonna keep going. I'm almost there. I think I have just about 6 inches here, and then I can go to the next step and finish this out. But yeah, I'm trying to get this done. But anyway, well, thank you so much for coming in, everybody. I really appreciate the fact that people come in and support the channel. You can go anywhere, and the fact that you come here is nice. We really appreciate it. And I'm just trying to always show the arts and enjoy that stuff too, because I think that's something I kind of put the arts down, and I was doing other things, and now I'm sort of catching up for all that time that I put things down. So if you can do it, and if you're into it, you do it, right? Oh, I remember a series about some art school. I think it was Fame. Yep, that was it, LaBelle. Yeah, a lot of famous people went to that school. And it's funny, right now my brain is forgetting. I think what's her name? I see her face. Oh my goodness. I think Scarlett Johansson and some other people went there. A lot of people, if you look up, if it's called the New York School for Performing Arts. A lot of people that are, now working in Hollywood and stuff like that are have did go to that school. So it's like a who's who to Hollywood and music industry. They've gone to that school, but it's interesting. But yeah, they're pretty awesome. And hey Blair, good morning. Thanks for coming in. Yep, and we appreciate you all for coming in. But I'm going to end the live stream. But check it out. Like I said, enjoy the arts. Make something pretty if you can, if you're into it. And your granddaughter. LaBelle is doing great. She's doing amazing. But yeah, check out Fame. If you look up the New York School of I'm gonna do it real quick. Hold on. I want you to check this out. New York School for the Performing Arts. Okay, here we go. Let me see if there's any yeah. Oh. Yeah, oh my god. I want to see. I'm going to do alumni. Alumni. Check this out. If only I could spell. Hold on. Alumni. Here we go. All right. Let's take a look. Oh, come on. Oh, here's Wikipedia. Here we go. Even though I hate Wikipedia, but here it is. Some of the alumni: Eartha Kitt, Liza Minnelli, Jennifer Aniston, Ving Rhames, Lorraine Toussaint, Suzanne Vega. I know there's more. I'm just trying to think of anybody like newer. But yeah, those are famous people. Yeah. But anyway, that's interesting. Notable alumni. Here we go. Anybody else? I know there's got to be more. Let's see. Yeah. Hang on. But anyway, those are some pretty big names. Let's see. Yeah, Jennifer Aniston. So there you go. That's one example. So she's pretty successful. Yeah. Oh, and they call it now the Fiorello LaGuardia High School of the Music and Arts and Performing Arts. Wow, they changed the name. Yeah, LaGuardia was one of the mayors in New York back in the day. Yeah. But anyway, so those are some of the famous people that have gone there. And there's others. Like I can't even imagine who they are. But yeah. Oh, you just found the first episode on YouTube. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I think I don't know. I can't remember if I like the movie or the series better. Can't remember. It's been that long. But yeah, there it is. Well, enjoy it. Yes, there we go. You found the first episode. See, there you go. But anyway, those are some famous people. And I know there's more. Like that list seems very short to me. But anyway, there you go. But anyway, you can look it up. But it's interesting the number of people that went through that school. Yeah. And there's more. I mean, I know there's got to be more than they only named 4 people. Like I said, there's got to be more than that. But that's all I could find real quick. All right, now. Well, thank you so much. Peace and love, and we'll see you soon on the YouTube streets. And peace and love, and thank you to Drizzle wherever you are. Take care. All right, now. Well, thank you so much for coming, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Whoops. Got to hit the right button.